So, welcome back to the campaign. For anyone new, I play games for the storytelling and challenge, which generally means taking my time, trying to stay thematic, and avoiding exploits. If you prefer min-maxing or speeding through content, then my stuff may not be for you, although you're welcome to join us for a while to find out. In Total War Warhammer, that means using some mods to make the campaigns and battles slower and harder to try to fit the brutal world of Warhammer, and also fighting all but the most lopsided battles manually. There's a link in the description to the video where I go over all the mods we're using and why. For this campaign, we are playing as Kugoth Plaguefather, the Fetid Brewmaster, setting out to spread across the world not for the sake of conquering it, but in search of the perfect plague. For some reason, humans and dwarves and lizards and everyone else don't seem to want to embrace Grandfather Nurgle's toxic love and are fighting back, which is an annoyance to Kugoth and will just have to use more forceful methods, like destroying their armies, conquering their cities, and spreading our corruption to every province we can reach. Okay, so I have a new microphone set up, so hopefully this is going to work out okay. And a couple of really quick orders of business to take care of here before I forget about it. Let me just go over our messages here real quickly. Okay, zoom in the map up there a little bit. All right, so first thing I want to do before I forget is get in here and put my other exalted hero here on his steed. Mintash the Black there. Let me just make sure that none of the other exalted heroes, yeah, they're level 1, so obviously they don't have mounts yet, so that's no problem. Now, at some point I may dismount the exalted heroes entirely, but I'm not going to do it yet because I do like having the speed, since Nurgle is has just a dearth of units that can zip around the battlefield. It's nice to have a couple of them who can, even though it does make them better targets, obviously, for missile weapons. And okay, and probably it gives them a bigger hitbox for melee as well, but that's fine. They're pretty durable. Alright, so now we've got a level up here that we need to do for Septid. I think it's time to go ahead and give him Bloated Carcass. That's always going to be good. He is not yet on a Rotfly, but he will be in one more level, so that's good. Grog here, you have one level to apply. You are going to want... It's tempting to take magical reserves, but I think that Fleshy Abundance is just kind of a must-have, and so will be Blight Boil. And we have a couple more skill ups here. We have a Herald of Nurgle. This is Plague Chosen, of course. He's our third lord. Let's go ahead and, I guess, give him... I'm tempted to start putting points into... I'm going to do it. I'm going to start putting some points into... No, I'm not going to do it just yet. We'll get him Fleshy Abundance as well before we start putting points into the red line. And then finally, Emil Hooklander here. You obviously want increased mobility, and we'll start to get your melee improved as well. So that's the first order of business. The second order of business is... We have a name suggestion, which I like, a lore-friendly name suggestion for one of our cultists. And I think what we'll do is since this guy's already level 9, this guy we've already changed his name. We'll save it actually for the next cultist that we recruit, which quite frankly might be now. Can we recruit a cultist? We can. Okay, very good. So we're going to change the name of whoever we get here. Let's go ahead and give him Tough, I think is what we want. Although the campaign movement range is nice. But since he's going to be embedded in an army most of the time, we're going to give him Tough. Okay, so we're going to recruit another cultist. And we are going to go in and rename him the... Caring Groom, and thank you very much for the suggestion. I do appreciate it. I don't know the Warhammer lore that well, but I will trust that that is a good lore name for a cultist. And let's go ahead and let's see what we can do about the... Okay, this is good. So we can save ourselves from some attrition by racing back to here. We can't race him all the way back to Scrap Towers.
Ask another.
So we'll see if he attacks. If he does attack,
This is impudence.
yeah, he'll win. So I guess the question then becomes,
Lord
I don't know if he'll win, to be honest with you. I'm obviously not going to spend any more money to upgrade Scrap Towers at this point. I am going to go ahead and recruit these because I'd rather stop him. I'd rather not lose Scrap Towers. So let's do that. And let's see if that gives... Boy, I'd hate to lose 1, 2, 3, 4... a Lord and 4 hero units in this fight, but he's got not great units. He's got a few good units, and I don't know what level all of his heroes are, but really, Ghorst, this White King Martin Grigorovich, who's probably also a pretty high level, the Vargulf, who caused us great trouble last time, and maybe that Black Coach. Those are really the only units that I'm all that worried about. And we've got, these guys are level 1, so there's not a whole lot they can do. Level 6, level 8. I mean, we got Chaos Giant, right? We got level 9 hero. We got almost 0 Winds of Magic. That's the worst part of it, but I don't know. And we'll have, and our garrison at least is at full strength, so we're gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it, and he'll get beaten up really badly if he does succeed. Let's go ahead and get you. I want to make sure that we can reach it next turn, so I'm actually going to move him. Just want to make sure that we don't expose ourselves here. I'm actually going to move him to make sure that he's close enough to be able to attack if they should happen to come down and successfully take Scrap Towers. We can attack with Plague Chosen and then reinforce with Kugath if necessary. Alright, so having done all that, now maybe what we do is we can go ahead and start improving Knobbly Gorge here. Poor Scrap Towers. I tell you what, they are... Ooh, wait a minute. Before I do that, did I want to instead... I don't have 5,000. Dagnabbit. Is there any way I can get money through diplomacy? Doesn't look like it. Oh, well, how much would they give us?
Get one thing understood. I'm the boss here.
Well, that's a little bit tempting just to have enough money, but to start building a military building 1 turn earlier, it's not worth it because, as we know, these guys are untrustworthy, they are a pain in the butt, and we are going to want to deal with them sooner rather than later, so let's go ahead and just start upgrading this. Only 3 turns for that, that'll be good. And maybe we'll get some money from a big battle with Helman Ghorst this turn. There's one other thing, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that we can do. And it might be significant if we reduce the campaign movement range of Ghorst. We might as well, while we're at it, also give him maybe the base weapon damage Or do we want to give him the flux? Yeah, we want to reduce the base weapon damage. Oh, we can give him the flux too. Why not? We got plenty of infections. Why not? I don't see anything wrong with spending an extra 50. So let's summon a plague cultist here. Let's make sure we hit the right army here. So it's that one right here. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and infect Helm and Ghorst.
They will wail and
All right, and now, having done that, how far can he reach? He can still reinforce, so he could probably attack with Raynor von Drock here, and reinforce with Helm and Ghorst. But if he does, he's going to be at least winded, which is helpful, and he won't be able to move away from us. We'll definitely be able to attack him next turn. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's try it. I believe he probably won't attack, but I've been wrong again and again in predicting their behaviors, so I'm not going to be surprised either way. We've already checked diplomacy out. There's nothing to do from a technology standpoint just yet. And let's go ahead and get the ball rolling here, I guess. Greece is still not visible. Okay, Ghorst, what are you going to do with yourself? What are you going to do? Okay. He went into ambush stance. Alright, so we now have to decide what we want to do with our regiments of renown. Do we want to keep paying for them? I'm tempted to keep them for now until we wipe Ghorst off the map, which is going to be a priority, but we might want to actually wipe Dim de Sums off the map first. Let's see what Dim de Sums does with his other army. And the answer is... oh, he spawns yet another army. Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's... ooh, I don't like that. No, I don't like that at all. President of... well, it can't be helped. I think that'll go away in time. Okay, recruitment cost down, that's good. Yeah, so we've discovered Ghorst, but we can't reach him. This is interesting. So we now have Grimgor. I want to check to see how big Grimgor is. He's declared war on someone else. Let's find out how big Grimgor is and also who all he is fighting here. He's pretty big. Uh-oh, gonna sneeze. Okay. Oh, so he's really... poor Greasus. Greasus is bearing the brunt of Grimgor's ire so far. But Grimgor's still kind of... or, I'm sorry, but Greasus is still kind of holding his own. Dim Sun's in bad shape, and obviously Ghorst in bad shape. Okay. And we're up to 35. That's nice. Alright. Obviously... we need to take care of... we need to take care of business with the dim sums. I'm sick of their malarkey. Okay, let's go ahead and... we could attack. How dumb would that be? Would that be dumb? Would that be dumb? I'm not... yeah, I guess that's asking for trouble. This is a level 9 Lord going up against Ghorst. Even with the single target damage that we can do, these things are gonna... They're not nothing. They're stronger under Ghorst than they are normally, so... Yeah, I feel like that's probably asking for trouble. We could reinforce with Plague Chosen if we wanted to put him into March stance, but he's a little bit depleted. Anyway, I just kind of feel like maybe that would be a mistake. It would be riskier than what we really need to do, I guess is maybe the best way to put it. Really wish we could get our freaking Winds of Magic situation improved. But what we really need to do more than anything else, we need... Let's go ahead and move him close enough to spread some plagues and to make sure that we reinforce, but also be in encampment stance. We really need to get the vampiric corruption down in this province. And to do that, what we really need to do, because this isn't even vampiric at all, Shambletown is still ogre. So what we really need to do is we need to kill Ghorst. He's doing almost all of this himself, isn't he? 8 from building, 7 from Ghorst. Okay, so it's actually Flayed Rock. Flayed Rock is just a priority. It is what it is. Okay, alright, no reason to spend much time looking through all that. Let's go ahead and get the Caring Groom here. We don't need him in another... He doesn't need to provide mobility for anybody just yet. But we are going to go ahead and put him in Grog's army for now. He is, after all, a mortal. He doesn't provide any real benefit, so he's really only going to be there for purposes of getting some experience when we start fighting battles with Grog. And meanwhile, Kugath, you are going to just kind of have to chase these guys. Their movement speed is reduced, and they're also suffering attrition. So I'm hopeful that he can kind of pin them into a corner and take care of them. Meanwhile, we obviously don't have the money for buildings. How are we looking with the garrison? It's working its way up to full strength. That's good. Garrison Lord not moved. Yes, we know. Building upgrade available. Yes, we know. Cult upgrade available. Yes, we know. Research available. Let's take care of that. And I think we're just going to knock Sores out at this point. 2 turns.
An aid to the plague.
And we're going to do... You know what I think I might do is I might actually... might use the Caring Groom as a field agent for now. For some added visibility, although I guess we can already see everything we need up here, so maybe that's not such a big deal. Anyway, let's go ahead and give Grog the ague. What are we sitting at here? We're at 43. This is good. This is good. We're getting closer and closer to the crumbling ague. So we're going to infect Grog, and then we are going to take Plague Chosen here. We're going to give him Farmort. Okay. And then Farmort, we're going to move you back into Grog's army. Okay. That's all very, very good. Diplomacy-wise...
A wondrous day.
Just the dim sums. This is good. We're stronger than all of our enemies now. This is the first time in the game that we've been able to say that. Okay. Let's go ahead and do another in turn. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this new microphone setup. It's just more convenient for me. Okay, Ghorst. Not really willing to bring the fight to us at this point. Did bring his hero out. I wonder if that means we should try an assassination. I'm gonna have to see how expensive it is to do an assassination attempt, because we don't have very much money. And I'm sure the odds of succeeding are quite low. Yeah, I was afraid of this. He's gonna force us to chase him. This is not what we want to be doing with Kugath's army. And we really don't have any choice. Because he's just going to continue to run around. This is why I wanted to destroy him all the way when he was up here. I didn't have the opportunity to, and now I regret it. And they're just going to keep going in march stance. They're going to, and, you know, their attrition is just so, as the AI, they just don't suffer attrition in any meaningful way. It's quite annoying. Quite annoying. I know it's enough to turn some people off to the game entirely. And I don't love it, but it's not enough to turn me off to the game entirely. Yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. At some point, he'll have to move into the water, or we'll catch up to him. Or something, I don't know. Maybe I might end up having to recruit another lord to have... Actually, maybe I can do that now. I'm going to do that now. Let's recruit another lord. I mean, it's burning through money, which I'm not happy about. But let's get another demon. Let's get a Lord of Nurgle. Uh-oh, gonna sneeze again. Okay, Aura of Pestilence. That's not bad. The chance of plague spreading is pretty useless. Well, I wouldn't say useless, but it's not great, but it is thematic. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and get us a lord here. I cannot, unfortunately, put him in channeling stance. It is costing us money, which I don't love, but I want to be in a position where I can move Kugath in march stance and then attack with the other lord. Let's go ahead and do Rancid Visitations. I'll do Stream of Corruption next. Okay. So, time will tell whether or not that pays off. War declared. We got another one here. Okay, we got a couple of them that are pretty far north and meaningless to us. Meanwhile, you guys are just basically in a position to not do much. I'm gonna actually... Oh, wait a minute. How are we doing on Crumbling Ague? We have Crumbling Ague. Thank goodness. Okay, that's nice. Alright. I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull him out. What are the chances of ambushing? What are the chances of ambushing here? It's not going to be very high, is it? %. And he's going to suffer attrition. But... you know, and he'd still be able to attack with both armies. That's annoying.
Ask another.
Alright, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do that after all. I was going to try to bait him in, but I think the odds of that backfiring are greater than the odds of it working. Okay, so what can we do here with... These armies are still not really strong enough to launch an offensive. However, what we could maybe do, we could come down and start raiding, possibly, but we're not going to right now. We still need a deterring force up here to prevent Ghorst from attacking until we get Kugath back up there, so it is what it is. We're just going to have to be patient, and that's what we signed up for in this campaign anyway, so that's all fine. Let's go ahead and check our diplomacy.
What you want? Nagel's beloved.
Okay, dim sums, yeah, sorry buddy. I think then what we want to do is start spreading some other plagues now. This one is really nice. Nurgle's Rot is really nice, so for that we need constant vomiting, which I think is this right here, okay. So what we need to do for that is Rot. We only have 10 spreads of Rot at this point. This Rot is better for... doesn't really matter whether we put it on armies or on settlements, so we're going to put it on Pig Barter. Because Pig Barter at least is in a location where maybe it'll spread to some other places. Like we could see up here, Black Forest, excuse me, Fortress already has... oh, that's a Skaven Plague. Never mind, that's not one of ours. Well, let's find out if our pox can start spreading to some neighboring provinces. And meanwhile, I think we've done all we can. I'm really crossing my fingers here for a battle soon. But not a battle that we lose. Is that too much to ask? I'm asking for battle, and I realize that can sometimes be famous last words. Okay, here comes Ghorst. Well, he's got a third army. That's a little disconcerting. And I don't like that at all. What the heck is Kolek doing? Well, I guess as long as he stays in the water, I won't worry about it too much. No, I'm not going to make peace with you, you little idiot. He didn't move, did he? Add them to the tally. Eliminate a lord belonging to any of these. Okay, that's fine. Well, there we go. There's Kolek right there. So if we really care about diplomatic relations with Magath Kin, which we don't. Okay, Scrap Tower's got the plague. That's fine. Got some population surplus. What we now need is some money. We got some ranks. That's good. So let's go ahead and apply these new skills to you here, Grog, or actually to your exalted heroes, I should say. Okay.
Bring ruin.
And we don't have any magic items for them, do we? And we don't have any ancillaries for them, okay? Alright. So here we go. This is what we want.
The perfect
You...
is within reach.
I'm actually gonna save him because he's gonna retreat. We're gonna attack, he's gonna retreat, and then I may end up having to use Falpus as the attacking army. So let's go ahead and do this right away. I don't see... well, do I want the Crumbling Ague with Kugath? I honestly don't think I need it. I really don't. I'm not going to be charging towards him. I'm not going to suffer much in the way of casualties. I don't have so many infections that I feel, oh, he didn't retreat after all. Alright, well then we'll just go ahead and destroy... well, he's going to retreat after the battle. So let's go ahead and fight it. His survivors will retreat, and we may have to use our new lord at that point. This is good. I'm glad I'm not having to chase them all over the map. Or at least all over the Dragon Isles. Alright. Let's go ahead and put everybody... Well, actually, just move them like this. Didn't mean to do that. Get them there first, and then from here, put them here. He doesn't have any missile units at all. Let's actually walk them forward a little bit. As soon as the battle begins. Oops. Battle didn't begin yet. Now the battle begins. Let's go ahead and move them to here.
We shall shower our foes
And speed things up.
pox, violence, and sickness.
Okay, actually, we're going to go ahead and move everybody up to here.
In the rot.
That suits me fine. Oh, and let's go ahead and get Oedipus flying ahead here. And why don't you just kind of hover maybe right here? You can get a little bit of 4 different units. And you could just stay there as long as they do, because they can't really do anything to you. Meanwhile, Kugath is just going to keep... Kugath? What are you doing, buddy? Oh, that was a bit of a waste. Let's go ahead and summon these guys as a speed bump. Go ahead and charge them there. Oedipus. Speed things up. Get moving like this. Go ahead and hit this again. You, I want you inside. You kind of get yourself situated a little bit closer to Kugath if you don't mind. You guys, go ahead and blow yourselves up. Oedipus, you can kind of come back now. Speed things up. Briefly. Now, let's go ahead and start doing some streams of corruption, I suppose. This looks fairly compelling. Let's go ahead and do this before I forget. Oedipus, let's get you maybe over here. Okay, you can charge in on them first, and then we're going to have you... Actually, let's go ahead and get you in on the enemy characters here. You as well. And the cultist as well. And you can go ahead and move a little bit closer to the edge and activate your Locus of Contagion. Oedipus, you can kind of wait for that one to finish and then do your own here. Just waiting for this other unit to get close enough. Looks like it is now. Let's go ahead and hit that. And let's do a nice juicy blight boil over here. I think maybe right about here would be good. Victory is in our grasp. Okay. Could do another one over on this side in 30 more seconds. How are we looking here? Stay on him. We want him dead. You stay on him. Kugath, I should turn off your fire at will. We want you in melee now. Let's go ahead and get... Wait a minute. I told you to stay on him. Please stay on him. Break free. You can do it. I know you can. Let's go ahead and summon. Summon and use the... Hello. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead and charge in there. Alright, now, Oedipus. We got another Blight Boil coming. Let's go ahead and use it on this side, I suppose. You can go ahead and do your Locus of Contagion. Pretty good damage there, and then let's go ahead and get you... Spoke too soon. Now it's pretty good damage over there. Okay, we got the enemy lord. That's good. Let's go ahead and get you over here. You on him as well.
Blessings of war. Executed.
Don't let him get away, and then this fight will be over. Let's go ahead and... surprised they haven't all broken yet. Let's go... Oh, and I keep forgetting to use my Beast of Nurgle. And I actually took some casualties with some Nurglings here. That's... I wonder if they got caught in the Blight Boil. They might have. Alright, let's go ahead and bring you up. No, let's do this. Get yet another Blight Boil off. Wait for that to go off and then jump in there. Enemy Lord is dead. That's good. Now that's going to do it, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Or maybe not. They're still not... They're still not completely routed. Why is that? Got a couple units over here, I guess that's doing it. Well. Okay. That's fine. We'll get everybody over there. Let's just get everybody here kind of back into one big group, if you don't mind. Our Beast of Nurgle, you can stay over there. Okay. Let's... What do we got here? Oh, we got a... Well, we'll take care of them with a Locus of Contagion. Everybody here, just go ahead and get on them, I suppose. You guys... Wow, these guys are holding up way better than I expected. Oedipus actually taking a little bit of damage. Let's go ahead and get a Stream of Corruption here on these guys. I'm really impressed that these Greenskins are not completely routed. This is almost amusing. Okay, I guess this guy can go ahead and do his Locus of Contagion. Do some work against them. Let's go ahead and get a... Is everybody broken over here? Now everybody on that side is broken. Okay, let's get literally everybody now over here. And let's go ahead and get I guess we'll do another Stream of Corruption here. Let's speed things up. Everybody on them. It's just a matter of time now. There we go. Alright. Took a little longer than I expected, but that's alright. And no reason to waste more time chasing them down. The army, we're not going to get rid of that army. They're going to retreat, and then we're just going to fight them a second time. And that one should go much faster. And I'm hoping to get some decent money out of this. Yeah, I'll take that. 3,270 plus an additional 1,000. It's absolutely what we needed. Reached a milestone there of level 20. Okay, they're down to just the one army, because the other army only comprised the Lord himself, and so now we can go ahead and get you involved in the fight. I somewhat regret not having gotten him involved in the previous fight, but it's all fine. Let's go ahead and do our skills here before we... What do I want to do? I think I want to go back to trying to bump up his melee line so that we can get this Pestilent Decay. So we'll give him Deadly Blade. He ends up in melee in every fight anyway. We'll give Oedipus.
Make you vomit.
A slightly cheaper Fleshy Abundance. That's good. Let's give Ben Koch our... I think we're going to give him Bloated Carcass now. Festergax, you've got... what am I doing with you? Deadly Blade. Mintash. I think the same for you. Deadly Blade. And is that everybody? Yes, that's everybody. Okay. Let's go ahead then and do this again. It was fun the first time, wasn't it? I could do an auto-resolve here. I'm still not going to, but this is pretty borderline where I would be willing to do an auto-resolve. We did just utterly crush this army, but we did take a little bit in the way of casualties in that fight. I don't think we will in this fight, but this one will be over quite quickly. Start deployment. Let's get everybody here. Kugath, let's actually get you facing the right way this time. Maybe we'll remember this for next time. Let's go ahead and start the battle. Let's speed things up. Let's send Oedipus over here. Kugath, you just go ahead and do your thing, buddy. Oedipus, boom. Stay here in front of these guys. Let's go ahead and maybe get a Stream of Corruption off on them. This is hard to do at this speed. Let's see how this works. Okay, not great. I think maybe the lesson there is to slow it down before casting a Stream of Corruption. Let's go ahead and get one over here. You, we want you. Go ahead and charge in there. Why not? You, go ahead and charge in there. You, go ahead and charge in there. You, go ahead and do your Locus of Contagion. Oedipus, let's get you into the mix as well. Let's get you over here. Let's go ahead and do... And also Kugath, let's get you into this fight. Let's turn off your Fire at Will. Summon those guys. And Oedipus, do your Locus of Contagion now. And are we ready for a Blight Boil? Let's do the Blight Boil over here. Just waiting for that unit to come in. That's his general unit. Okay, so you're going to take a little bit of damage here. We'll go ahead and have you drink your healing potion. You, I don't think you've really taken any damage, but we'll have you drink your healing potion anyway. How's everybody doing? I don't think they're going to last very long at this point. Let's go ahead and cast a heal on yourself. And let's speed everything up. I did lose some more Nurglings again. These guys must be too... They're outside of... That's what it is. They're outside of Kugath's. Let's get them a little bit... They're outside of his aura. Okay. They do still have regeneration, though. These Greenskins just turned out to be tougher than I expected. Let's go ahead and do a... not that. Let's do a Stream of Corruption. Right here. Okay. Didn't need to do it, but... Any heals needed? Not really. Not really. Let's go ahead and end the battle. Okay, so I am happy to wipe Dimmed Sums off the map. And Kugath is always happy to have some extra test subjects for his plagues. So that's good. We'll look at it. We'll look at the silver lining here. Got a little bit of experience and money out of it. So that's always a good thing. And it did delay us by a few turns, but nothing that is worth really worrying about too much in the long run. So this is good. Did nobody gain any levels? I think all those ranks gained there was actually from the previous fight. Let's go ahead and zoom in, spin our map around, and do a this is good. Okay, so we can oh, we did get a level up. My bad. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, that's right. Septic got himself a Rotfly as well. That's nice. What do we want to do with him? Do we want... No, I'm not going to give him any more ranks because I don't use any of these spells often enough to worry about. Or at least to spend the points yet. I will eventually, but for now I'm going to start actually beefing up his melee defense because he, like Oedipus, is going to start zooming around on his Rotfly, getting himself into all kinds of trouble. Plague Chosen, you're fine. Grog, you're fine. And by fine, I mean depending on what they decide to do with their armies up here. If we survive this one end turn, then Kugath is going to be able to get all the way up there. And it will all cease to be any concern at all. Now, finally, Dreadrock. We can finally... What is this? This is turn 58. 58, and I'm finally building some military buildings. I think we've done pretty good, considering we've literally not built any military buildings until now. Okay. And I'm going to actually...
I think not.
At least Ghorst is suffering attrition. Well, insofar as the AI suffers attrition, which is a teeny tiny little bit. I'm not at all happy about this. How much does Kolek hate us? He doesn't hate us actually all that much, but this means nothing because he'll still, although he's actually not very strong, he'll still declare war on us if he sees an opportunity to, but he actually may not just because we're stronger than him. Wouldn't really surprise me one way or the other. He's got some trolls. If he were to attack Pig Barter here, Pig Barter does have walls and has a garrison of 14. I think, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Maybe he's just sailing down the river, you know, to have himself a nice watery vacation, maybe? Okay, so back to here. Do we want to use our infections on Ghorst? I don't think we need to. It's 200, or at least it was 200 last time. We're all the way down to 333. We are getting 41 per turn, but even so, I don't really want to waste them. And I do want to start applying the Crumbling Ague on these armies, and that's 75 every time I put it onto Kugath, and then I have to, and 150 onto the others, unless I spread it from Kugath, which I won't always be able to do. So, I'm not going to use any infections right now. I'm going to leave everything else as is, and we can start a new tier of research. Got Pox Tally. This is not bad, but I don't know if it's the best use right away. This ward save I like. I always like ward save, but I don't actually have any of those units right now, so can't really justify it. And it's only 2 turns, but anyway, still can't justify it. Same with those. I don't have any of those units. Here we go. Population surplus 1 for newly captured settlements. That's one that we're going to want soon. Cycle time -1 for Lesser Garden of Blight. We're going to want that. Let's go growing buboes first. And this is Plague Flesh Poppies, right? Yeah, Plague Flesh Poppies. So we'll have to remember to get the research done on that if we haven't already. Maybe we already have. Okay. Let's go ahead and check the wide array of diplomacy that Kugath can do. Alright. Let's go ahead and give this another in turn. See what happens with Ghorst, but I'm afraid we're not going to have... If he does attack us, we're not going to have time for the battle in this episode, I'm afraid. Let's, yeah, let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay, what are you gonna do, Ghorst? You're gonna move a hero away, and here he comes. Is he going to attack? He's not going to attack. That's very interesting. He has moved himself into... Okay, Kolek. Are you going to use the... Not yet, you're not? Okay. That's really interesting. So Ghorst has put himself within attackable range. I'm pretty sure Kugath can get up there. He's going to be winded. He'll be in March stance. Research rate or wallow in the filth. I think we'll take the research rate. Let's do that. Blue. There we go. Army receives plague. Okay, that's fine. Okay, our current income is 141 and we need 6,000. It might be a hot minute before we get to that. Ben Koch, or excuse me, Ben von Leewitz gained a level. Okay, so here's the thing. Yes. Yes, we can. Okay, this is good. So Kugath is going to have to be in March stance to do it, but he can get all the way up here to reinforce a battle they cannot retreat from. Okay, well, I kind of hate, but also kind of not hate to leave this episode on a cliffhanger. But obviously, if you're still watching this campaign at this point, you got to stick around for the next episode, right? Because it's going to start off with the final confrontation between Kugath and Ghorst.
Ask another.
And we're going to win it. I'm pretty confident all of our armies together attacking Ghorst, we're going to be able to win that. And we'll get some money out of it, maybe be able to get ourselves another military building. Okay, onward and upward. Finally, the three-way war with Greasus and Ghorst is winding down. It's not over. Not over. I don't want to get ahead of myself here. We still got the Haunted Forest down here to conquer. And, of course, we still have Flayed Rock to conquer. But it's starting to... I would call this the beginning of the end. I think that's a good way to describe it. More test subjects, some undead test subjects for Kugath coming up in the next episode. Please, you want to make sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for your comments, and I will see you all in the next episode.